My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Legends Series 12 Big Sexy Kevin Nash. And so here we have Big Sexy Kevin Nash posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories really fast. Kevin Nash does come with 3 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. And then we get a pair of 2 sweet hands. Kevin Nash, of course, comes with his Outsiders t-shirt, which is a soft goods shirt. I really do like it, so very nice accessory. And then finally, he does have a bandana. Other than that, Kevin Nash doesn't come with anything else. I think he comes with exactly what you would want him to. In an alternate reality, he would have another NWO shirt, but I'm not complaining. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at Kevin Nash. And so here we have a closer look at the Legend Series Kevin Nash, and they did a fantastic job with this figure. I think out of all the Kevin Nash figures we've gotten, which is including Diesel and Kevin Nash, this is the best Kevin Nash head sculpt we have ever gotten, and it looks very, very nice. I love the hair sculpt on it. It has the traditional Kevin Nash more on one side than on the other, which is perfect for the look when he was in WCW. You can see that the hair does kind of flow up, and that's to accommodate the bandana, but you know, it honestly doesn't look that bad. It actually does make it look a little more fuller, so that's really nice. I do like it. The face is spot on for Kevin Nash. I know it's not 100% likeness to Kevin Nash, but it does look a lot like Kevin Nash, so I do have to give Mattel props on that one. And then of course you can see he does have his long hair, which is very nice. Again, would like to see Mattel start adding washes into the hair, but that's further down the road, which we'll have a talk about in a future episode. But yeah, I really do like this head sculpt. So having a look at the figure itself, Kevin Nash is wearing his NWO singlet, which I seem to remember having the Toy Biz Kevin Nash with this exact attire. He would do a jackknife powerbomb when you squeeze the legs together, although I had a lot of issues with that Kevin Nash figure. I remember my parents bought it for me several times, and it always broke in the exact same way. But anyway, having a look at the singlet, it is just a black singlet with the NWO on it. It is done in silver and red, which looks really nice. You can see the singlet goes all the way up and over. Now I do have to point out, it's not accurate to Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash actually wore a different singlet where it actually had a deeper cut on his back, so yeah, it's not 100% accurate to Kevin Nash, but it's still a singlet which does a good job. Having a look at his arms, they did change out the arms from this Kevin Nash figure, which I actually do like. If we can bring out an older Kevin Nash figure, this one had these really big arms which looked good at the time, but looking at it now, I think this is a much better option than having these big bulging biceps. But yeah, that's just my honest take on it. If you guys think the big arms look better on Kevin Nash, you let me know down in the comments. Really do like the fact that they did add his tattoos. He is wearing black wrist tape, which looks really nice, and then I do have him with the fists, which do seem a little bit small on Kevin Nash, but again, he wasn't like Big Show or the Giant Huge, so these hands actually work perfectly for Kevin Nash. They do have his unique lower torso, in which we do have these clips right here where his pants seem to button up, and then we do have the side tassels right here on the side, which look really good, and then those tassels do go all the way down to his leg right here, which look really good. Now, they did give Kevin Nash red pegs, which on the outside that looks good, but on the inside you can actually see those pins, so it's a give and take. If he was wearing black on black, it would look a little bit better because it would just fill that in with black. But yeah, as opposed to all the other Kevin Nash figures, this one does have some silver paint apps right here. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be more tassels running down the side, but again, not complaining because it's still unique to Kevin Nash, this entire lower leg. Looking really good. And then we do have his ring boots, which are just your traditional black ring boots. They do look fine as is, so that's really nice. So overall, this is a really nice Kevin Nash figure, and probably the best Kevin Nash figure that we've gotten from Mattel. I know that we might get some more in the future, but as it stands, this Legend Series Kevin Nash is the definitive one to have in a collection. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare Kevin Nash to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Kevin Nash posed next to an Ultimate Edition Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. Here we have the Legends Kevin Nash posed next to the Legend Scott Hall. And finally, here we do have the Legend Series Kevin Nash posed next to the Elite Ringside Collectibles Kevin Nash. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually have a look at Kevin Nash's articulation. Now, Kevin Nash does have a ball joint in the head, but because he does have long hair, it does limit some of his movement. You can see he can look up, can look down, although the hair does get in the way. Very little head tilt on Kevin Nash, but he can turn his head side to side, no problem. Arms are on ball joints that go out to the side, go all the way around. We do have a bicep swivel. We have a single bend at the elbow, a swivel and hinge combination at the wrist. He does have an ab crunch which goes back about that far, so that's not really much. Going forward, a little bit better, but not by much. Waist swivel works perfectly fine. Legs only kick out to about right there, so Kevin Nash isn't going to be doing any big boots anytime soon. Legs going out about that far, which it's Kevin Nash, so I guess I can say that's okay. He does swivel at the thigh, double bend here at the knee, although on both legs this bottom joint seems to be very stiff, and you can see I had to put more effort in bending the back leg or the bottom leg than the top part of the leg, so yeah, keep that in mind. Then we do have a ball joint here at the ankle, so that does rotate around in that joint, does allow for some forward and back movement, some side to side movement, and then on top of that we do have some rocker ankles. So overall, Kevin Nash here has some pretty good articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Kevin Nash posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Legend Series Kevin Nash pose for my final thoughts. One thing I forgot to touch on when I was going over his attire is the incredible lack of a right elbow pad on Kevin Nash. I have no idea why Mattel does not give Kevin Nash elbow pads. It's something that he's worn throughout his entire career, especially on the right arm. I don't know why they don't include it. Thankfully, I did have one lying around that I could just throw on this figure. But yeah, Kevin Nash needs an elbow pad, so if you need an elbow pad, take one from your Undertaker or Kane and just throw it on this figure. So with that being said, guys, I still really do like this Kevin Nash figure. The elbow pad aside is a minor nitpick. This is a very, very good Kevin Nash figure, and dare I say, the definitive Kevin Nash that we have ever gotten from Mattel. I absolutely love the accessories he comes with. The two sweet hands look very nice. The fists and grip hands comes with exactly what I say every WWE figure needs. Pair of fists, pair of grip hands, and then a style pose hand of their very own. The bandana I could do with or without. I would have preferred a pair of sunglasses, but that Outsiders t-shirt, I'm going to have to track down a second Kevin Nash just for another Outsiders t-shirt so I can give it to Scott Hall. It's a very nice shirt, and I just wish that he came with two so that you can put it on your Scott Hall figure and you can have the Outsiders wearing the Outsiders t-shirt. Now, if you are looking for this Kevin Nash, he is only available at Target now. Kevin Nash is by far the hardest figure to find in the Legends series that he's in. Piper and Junkyard Dog seem to be warming the pegs. Billy Gunn is a little hard to come by. I have only seen Kevin Nash on the pegs once, and this was the only figure I've seen on the shelf that I did pick up. Now, he is available on Target.com. You just have to be checking every now and then. Eventually he will go back on stock as long as they have him. So keep checking that Target website to see if he's in your area, because this is a very, very solid Kevin Nash figure, and he will look great posed next to your Scott Hall and your Hollywood Hogan. So if you have the NWO, you need this Kevin Nash in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative, guys. It really does help out my channel when you give me feedback. As always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Check out my Instagram for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, guys, I will see you later. Take care, everyone.